Whoa, what's up? It's your boy Freak Show, man. Welcome to Freak Show TV. It's a spot where it's hot at, man. We gotta see it to believe it, baby. You know we don't play them games around here. Man, tonight, I'm here with Miss Charlene. Real life stories, real life situations. We're in New Iberia, Louisiana, man. Miss Charlene been through a lot. The journey has been overwhelmed, man. This lady has done 20 years in St. Gabriel Penitentiary. The whole 20 years. Just came home, been home for a second trying to rebuild her life. Man, this is real life situation, man. Miss Charlene went in on a murder charge. Something happened when the situation with her friends and a situation came through and things went left. Miss Charlene is here to tell her story. Miss Charlene is to tell y'all the way she grew, the way she came from, and only the way she can tell it. No one can tell Miss Charlene's story but Miss Charlene. Tonight, Miss Charlene is on Freak Show TV and we live. Miss Charlene, can you introduce yourself to the family?
Well, hello everybody. My name is Miss Charlene Davis.
Miss Charlene, where are you originally from, Miss Charlene?
I'm originally from St. Martinville, but we was I resided in Key with my mom and my dad.
Okay. How was life like that? How was life back then?
Well, life was okay. They was kind of strict, but
Okay,
they was strict on us for a reason.
for a reason. Okay, cool. That's most parents are, most parents are
Yeah.
pretty strict on their kids, right? So, that's life. So when you decide to come to New Iberia?
Well, after I graduated in '82, I decided to, go off on my own and, look for employment. So
Right.
I left my mom and dad and I decided to go to New Iberia to find work. In which I did. I started working at Shoney's in New Iberia. That's where
Okay,
I was
yeah.
working
Old
at for
school Shoney's,
years.
yeah.
And after that, after I left Shoney's, I started working in at Generate Mills and Generate.
Okay. So you how was New Iberia? Was they acceptance of you? Did they greet you? Were they open arms to somebody coming from Somerville to New Iberia?
Yes, because I had a lot of my relatives, like my aunts and uncles and cousins that stayed in New Iberia, and I moved with my aunt, my mom's sister. So that's who I was staying with at the time when I was living in New Iberia.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I can remember back then. I remember I was, at some point when I remember y'all staying in St. Edwards, man. I was real young
Yeah.
at the time. I was like, man, Miss Charlene, you was a twin, right?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all identical twins?
Yeah, I had an identical twin named Darlene.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's
Rest
interesting.
her soul.
Oh yes, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace,
Rest in
Miss
peace.
Darlene, man. Yes, Lord. So once you get to New Iberia, did you find love?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, me and him, they got together through his sister and stuff, and well, we dated each other 5 years before we decided to move in together and stuff like that.
Okay.
And we lived, together. And when I had my first child and stuff like that, well, I had a son before I met him, and
Okay.
he accepted my son as his own. My son was only 6 months old, so he accepted me just as well as my son.
Oh,
And after that, I had, my oldest daughter. And when I had her, we decided to get married
get
and stuff.
married.
So
Okay.
me and him got married. And the first 4 or 5 years and stuff, it was peaches and creams. And after that, everything went downhill.
Wow, downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, well, don't get me wrong. He took care of home and everything, but
Right.
some kind of a way he got on them drugs, and that's what led, you know,
So other things.
other things.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I remember your husband, man. We used to call him the general back in the day,
Yes,
man. He was a
yes,
stand-up guy,
yes.
though. A real stand-up guy.
Yes, he was a good
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
and stuff, but he didn't take no mess,
None.
he
Man,
didn't take no
I
mess.
done seen the general put a bat on a couple of them, man.
Yes,
I ain't lying. I seen the
yes,
general do a lot out there, man. Coming up
yes.
in that
Long
project.
as nobody didn't cross him or provoke him, he was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a working man, no matter if he was on the drugs or not. One thing I could say about him, he took care of home.
He took care of home.
He took care of home.
That's real. So where he at now? What's up? How you doing?
Well, he's incarcerated. He's doing fine. He calls me and I talk to him every now and then. He stays in touch with his children and stuff. But other than that, he's, in the process of trying to give that time back and come home.
Oh, how much time they gave him?
I don't really know, but he been locked up. He did, I think, 13 or 14. He been down 13 or 14
Okay, been
years
going a
now.
while. Okay,
Yeah, he's been gone a while.
free the
Hmm.
general, man. Yeah. So back to the night the situation happened for you, the things to go left.
Well, that night, me and my children had decided to go in the projects at Dodge City, so we decided to take us a walk, in the project and stuff. And when I made it in the project and stuff, the woman that I got in a confrontation with, she was checking me behind this guy. So I'm trying to tell her, well, me and the guy is friends. We don't have no kind of, which he was liking me and stuff, and I was liking him too, but we didn't disrespect each other and stuff. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
she probably was going with him too, which I didn't have any notions of that. But
Okay.
anyway, me and her got into a confrontation. We started arguing and stuff, and we started fighting. So some kind of a way, I had a knife. I'm not gonna say I didn't, but I did had a knife and stuff. But I didn't get a chance to use it and stuff because the knife had fell. But who they had so many people that was gathered around us. Some was getting licks off of me, some was getting licks off of her. So you
Wow.
couldn't really tell who did what. So I kind of blacking out. So when I woke up and stuff, I took my children and I went back home to my house in St. Edwards. So I called my twin sister Darlene. I said, "Come on and get my children because I think I'm getting ready to go to jail."
Ooh.
So when they came and arrested me and stuff, they said that, you know, she was stabbed and she died and stuff. So I'm trying to let them know that I didn't stab her. I didn't, do anything. They didn't want to hear nothing what I had to say. So back then I didn't know nothing about the system and stuff. So I went to court and stuff, took a plea bargain, and they gave me 40 years. So I did 20 off of 40. I did 20 years flat. And during that time and that process when I was incarcerated and stuff, it was all new to me.
Right.
My first 2 years was, kind of shaky because I was depressed. I didn't know anything about jail because that was
Right.
my first time being
Right.
incarcerated. And
Wow.
leaving my children was young at the time and stuff. And it was hard for me because I left 5 children behind. And I had to either do my time or let my time do me. I couldn't worry about what was going on out there in the free world because my children was in good hands. So
So who had your kids while you was gone?
my mom had my kids.
I could have.
Well,
I
my
thought the
mom,
general had them for a while.
no, my mom had my kids on first. Then Leroy wanted his kids back, so my mama had to give them up and let them. They went with their dad and stuff.
Okay. So back to that night. So that night when that fight broke out, so it was a gang fight. You telling me it was a gang fight?
Not really a gang fight. It was me and her, but it had so many people crowded around, so we didn't know who was who. They was had other people fighting and stuff. I guess because me and her was fighting, and they was trying to, break us up, pull us apart and stuff. And you know, I know I had a knife and stuff, but I didn't get a chance because I had a little pocket knife. And from my understanding, it said she was stabbed with an ice pick. I never owned an ice pick. I don't know who had the ice pick. So they charged me.
Did you go to trial?
Yes, I went to trial and stuff. And I told them my story and stuff like that. And they still convicted me of, gave me 40 years. Because she was pregnant at the time also.
Rest in peace, Turtle.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Turtle. Wow, man.
Yes.
Send our condolences to the Rankin family, to the kids, the families, and everybody, man. Rest in peace, Turtle. And that was a bad situation right
Yes,
there.
it was. And when I got incarcerated and stuff, uh, it's like each time I went in front of the parole board and stuff, her mom was there and stuff, and I got denied each time. But it's like she held that grudge the whole time, on me while I was incarcerated. And rest her soul today, she went to her grave holding that grudge against me. And the only way I was able to come home was the last time when I went to the parole board that last time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go because I said I had 6 months left so I could do my time standing up on top of my head. But her children wanted me to come home to be with my children and
Right.
stuff.
But I mean, do you think you think if you was that mother, like if you was in her shoes, that you probably would have did the same thing?
To be
Being
honest with you, I probably would have felt the same
same
way
way,
like
right,
her.
right,
I
right,
probably
right,
would.
right. That's I would say any mother would,
Yeah, any mother
actually
would.
would feel
Yeah,
that way,
yeah.
about that. I just, it was. I think that was a bad situation all the way around the board.
Yes, it was.
What's a blessing is that you're here right now. You better
Yes,
tell your story,
yes.
and be able to explain, your side and how you feel, and it's a blessing that you could do 20 years. So on those 20 years, where you did that time at? Like, where you was incarcerated?
I did my time in 13 different facilities. I was, shipped here and there. That's how I did my time moving around. I couldn't stay in
Right,
one
right.
facility, so I did my time moving around.
Yeah, so on them 20 years, man, you went through an encounter with, maybe women try to come at you or something like that.
Yes, because this happened. So one particular night, I was in the bathroom using it. So I'm using the bathroom. So I hear somebody pushing. I had the door locked, pushing the door. So I say, "Who is it?" So when I opened the door, they had two of them. It was like two butch, they
Yeah.
butch girls.
Two of them?
Yeah. So I hurried and got up off the commode and
Yeah.
stuff. And one of them was trying to make a pass at me. And baby, I had long nails at the time.
Yeah.
I was on them like a cat.
What?
I beat both of them. So they
Damn.
came in there and maces and stuff. Maybe I swallowed that mace and spit it out and it was still beating them.
What?
Yes.
You had to go to the hole after they put you in the
Yes, they
hole?
put me in lockdown.
How long you did on lockdown?
I did a month in lockdown.
A month straight, 30 days?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I beat them bad. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, 30
Yes.
days on lockdown, man, that's a stretch.
But, in a situation like that, usually sometimes you have to get your respect.
Yeah,
You
you
know
gotta
what
go
I'm
with your move.
saying?
Yeah, you gotta go with your move.
Because some of them think being that because you in jail and stuff like that, hey, no, I don't rock like that.
Right.
And,
Well, how? Because you was a first offender with
yes,
that, right?
I was a first offender. Yes, I was.
So at a first offender, and you did the whole 20 as a first offender.
The whole 20. But you see, I could have went to the parole board after 7.5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Which I did go to the board after 7.5 years, but Turtle Mama came to the board and she talked so bad against me and stuff, so they denied me. Okay, after I did 7 more years, I went back to the parole. I got denied the second
So after
time.
14, you got denied.
So that third time, when they was trying to take me back to the board, I waited and waited, and I say, I have 6 months left.
Yeah.
I said, y'all can have that board. I could do them 6 months standing up on top of my head.
Ooh.
And I said, 6 months is not comparing to the 20 years that I have done.
Ain't no way, man.
So 6 months wasn't nothing comparing to the 20 years I done did.
Man, this unbelievable. It's some real shit right here, man. This shit, you can't get this nowhere
And
else.
before I left, I gave a testimony. I went to the church inside the prison that Sunday, and I gave my testimony. When I tell you, the whole church was crying.
Yeah.
I had the whole church crying.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got a story, man. I'm talking about this. We know Iberia, man. This is some new Iberia shit right here, man. This is some legendary shit right here, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Miss Charlene, she went through it, man. She did it on her own. She stood 10 toes down, man. She hit a night, man. She hit a night smiling and living, man. God is good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he
Once
is.
again, man, rest in peace, Turtle, man. We miss you, Turtle, man. Shout out to the Rankin family, man. Much respect, man. man. Freak Show TV, man. We'll be back, man. Be looking out for us. We dropping every week. Freak Show TV. We out. You know, did people mess with you in there? Did other women come
No.
at you like with
Well,
your?
they had a few of them. Few of them I had to fight.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay.
Because, like I said, I'm not gay or whatever,
Right,
but
right,
they had a lot of that going on
right.
in
That's they
there.
see they have a lot of that going on in the
And a
women's
lot of
job.
them I had to fight, to get my respect.
Right.
You
So
know.
every camp you went to, all them 13 camps, you had to tear down to get your
Yes,
respect.
I had to. Yes, yes, yes. Because you know how it is when you're a new person, you don't know nothing about the system or jail. They're gonna come at you, and
Right,
no, 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 no.
right. Did you ever run across other women that was up there that you knew from,
Oh yes, I knew a lot of them from New Iberia. They had a lot of them from New Iberia.
like who ran you ran across it?
I ran across my cousin Shamika Cormier, uh, Nancy Francisco,
Okay,
Nancy and Jenna. They was incarcerated in Rayville with me, and I can't remember the rest of them, but it was a lot
a
others I
lot
did
of
time with from New
okay,
Iberia.
okay.
Hmm.
Wow. So them 20 years, man. So how did your kids feel about you doing those 20 years? Did they go into depression stage? Did they
Yeah,
feel neglected? That'll make some
yes,
kids feel
yes, they
neglected.
did.
You
Well,
know,
mainly my oldest son, Daquatius, he was like a mama's boy.
okay,
And everywhere you seen me, you seen my children and stuff. I have never left my children with nobody, and I don't believe in leaving my children with anybody. But when you would see me, you would see my children. So once I got incarcerated, my children just, they felt like I left
right,
them.
right, right. I could understand that. That's a long time, 20 years,
Yeah.
and then for your mom to be, accused of a murder and do time for murder, that's a lot. That's you got to
And
live
not
with that.
only that, 6 months before I came home, my mom was sick and stuff. My mom died 5 months before I came home. That was the hardest 5 months that I had to do. And not only that, okay, they were supposed to make arrangements and preparation to, have transportation to bring me, to go see my mom.
Right.
The day that I was supposed to go see my mom, they talked about they didn't have no transportation to bring me to go see my mom for the last
Yeah,
time.
that's
I cut up, I cried, I cried. I must have cried maybe about a week or two. So I asked God, I said, God, please give me the strength to continue to do them 5 months. Allow me to do them 5 months and let me go home. But I didn't have a chance to go see my mom to
right. That's a hell of a story, man.
That was so hard. That was the hardest 5 months I ever did because I didn't get a chance to go see my mom for the last time. Yeah.
So again, on that 20-year bid, did you ever have to go in the hole and lock you down and you went through
Yes.
depression, things got
Yes.
bad and hard for you?
Yes.
Did,
Yes, I
did
have.
this
Yes.
I mean
I used to
that's a
get,
hard
I used to get depressed. I used to miss my mom, my family in general, my children. I used to get in those depressing moods and stuff and cry, because I was missing my children. My children was young when I left them.
20 years is a whole lot of time to
Yeah.
be gone from family and this and that. I would say this: if you had something to say to the Rankin family, right? If you had anything to say to them, if you were to run across someone or you would like to say something to them, well, what would those words be to the Rankin family?
To be honest with you, when I came home, I met all of them, Marcus them and all of them, Buddy,
Yeah,
all of them. And guess what? Them children hugged me and they say, Miss Charlene, we don't fault you and blame of what happened to Turtle and stuff, but we just wish that it didn't happen the way that it happened. But we love you. Them children so no,
right.
they hugged
That's
me and
respect.
they came
Right.
up to me. They said, Miss Charlene, we love you. We don't blame you for you. We don't fault you for nothing that would happen and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. We just kind of wish it didn't happen the way that it happened.
Right.
And it made me felt so good because I thought when I came home, them children would have hold a grudge on me.
Right. Right. Right.
They didn't.
That's awesome,
Until
man.
today, me and Buddy
Like that.
like that.
That's
And I,
good,
I
man.
love him. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. It's all about a success story, man. You know,
And
and
that's what I liked about because they respected me and they knew I wasn't that type of person and stuff. I was the type of person I don't harm and hurt nobody. If
right,
anything, I try to help. And them children know deep inside their heart that I didn't mean to do what
right.
they said I did, and I know I didn't do it.
That's strong, man. Because after doing 20 years, how long you been home?
I've been home 11 years. And you know
So
what? When I came home and stuff like that, I had to regain my children's trust because it's like when I got home, I didn't really know them.
right,
So I had to really
really
regain
game,
a
right,
trust,
right, right.
and stuff.
Yeah. That's what's really mind blowing is that you did 20 flat. You've
Yeah.
been home 11,
11 years.
right? And for you to say, you didn't do it,
Yeah.
that's a hard one. That is
Yeah,
hard.
because
That's hard.
6 months ago, this I can't call this child name, but I was at the truck stop one night and stuff, and I needed a ride, home and stuff.
Right.
That child came up to me, Miss Charlene, you need a ride home? I said, yeah. I said, you don't mind bringing me home? He said, you don't know who I am? I say, no. He said, you remember my mama Antoinette? I say, yes. Your mama that was staying behind, in San Jose. Yeah. I'm her son. You don't remember me? I say, no. And he said, can I talk? Can I talk to you for a minute? So the child came and he came and sat outside on my porch.
Uh-huh.
He came talk to me for a long time. He said, you know what, Miss Charlene, I've been wanting to come and talk to you
Yeah.
about this. You didn't do that. I
What?
was a small child at the time. I seen everything that happened and stuff like that. And I couldn't say anything because they wouldn't have believed, take a child's word, but you didn't do that, Miss Charlene. When that child told me that, tears started rolling down my face. I said, you mean to tell me all those years I did 20 years for something I did not do? When that
Peace.
child told me that, I started crying. Yes. He said, Miss Charlene, you did 20 years. You did time for something you did not do. He said, I seen the whole thing. I seen everything that happened and stuff. And you didn't kill Turtle.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Man, that's mind
Yes.
blowing.
Yes. Yes. And
Man,
still today, I think about that. I
right.
say, you mean to tell me I did time for something? Lost 20 years of my life.
But that mean they still got somebody that killed Turtle still roaming New Iberia.
Well, from what he told me, the guy that was married to his mom, he was the one that killed Turtle. He's dead and gone because he took his life and he took uh his mom's life. So yeah, he's dead and gone now. But that child came up to me and told me that. I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "No, Miss Charlene, you did not do that." But at the time, it wasn't nothing I could have done because I did the time, and
Right.
it was just, you know,
So you
under the bed.
blacked out where you don't remember nothing that
I
happened?
didn't remember nothing. It's like I blacked out. I didn't remember nothing. And when I did came through, I took my children, walked back to St. Edwards, and I called my sister. I said, come on and get my children because I think I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when they came and arrested me and brought me to and said, well, you under arrest for murder. And I just freaked out. I said, well, I didn't kill nobody, you know? And it's like they didn't want to hear what I had to say and stuff because I didn't have no blood. They didn't find my knife. They didn't find no weapon or
What?
nothing. They didn't find nothing. I didn't have nothing on me.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. And it freaked me out. I said, how y'all could charge me with something I know deep down in my heart I didn't do?
So they didn't have the knife?
Nothing. They didn't find nothing. They didn't find a knife or nothing. But
What?
from what I heard and stuff like that, My, some homegirls of mine say she was killed with an ice pick. I never owned an ice pick. I had a knife, but I never owned an ice pick. They say she was stabbed with an ice pick. Mm-hmm.
Man, I remember that day like yesterday
Yeah.
when I heard the news. We all heard the news, man. We was in St. Nellis. We all ran to Dodge City, man. We all
Mm-hmm.
ran to Dodge City. And it was just chaotic out there that day,
And I
man.
wasn't aware that anything was going to happen like that because I was going minding my business, going to my aunt house and stuff, because we was in the process of bringing the children to my aunt house and we was getting ready to go out.
Right.
So I didn't have any idea that she was going to approach me and, you know, oh, and still today I kind of wish that it didn't happen, but,
Right.
it was something I didn't have control of. So I took my lick and I did my time,
Did
you
that.
know.
I gotta salute you for that.
I did my
They don't have
time.
a woman that came through and walked the streets of New Iberia to do 20 years flat
And you know what I said?
and then come home to speak about it.
Yes,
It's
I could
different.
say, I can't speak for everybody else, but I was blessed because I had my mom that was,
Right.
running for me and my baby sister. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know what I would have done,
Done.
My mom sent me money orders, packages. My baby sister sent me money orders and packages. And when I got down to my last 3 years, and I did 3 years and a half in work release,
Mm.
that's how I managed to,
Right.
and I
Keep
came
back up.
home with
Okay.
10 grand, ten thousand
Okay.
dollars.
You came
I
home
came
with some
home with
good
some
time.
money, but my mom was still trying to send me money order and package. You know
Right.
what I
Right.
would do? I would send her money order back
Back.
home,
Yeah.
and I would say, "Mom, I'm good." I was able to send money home to my mom.
Right. Right. That's good.
I
That's good.
had a I have a brother that's incarcerated in Texas,
Right. I think I remember your
Curtis
brother.
Jean
He
Baptiste
used to come
Blow,
down here. Yeah. Back in the
and
gap. Yeah.
I was able to send money orders to him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Incarcerated now, but
Yeah.
I was sending
Send
money
money.
orders
Yeah.
to my
Yeah.
brother.
Making moves in
As a
there.
matter of fact, hopefully this year, if the Lord said the same, my brother should be coming home.
Shit, how long he been gone?
Ooh, 33, 34, 35 years. Yeah, yeah. So hopefully, by the grace of God, he should be coming
He
home.
locked up in Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One day he could walk out of there too, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, free
yeah.
him, man. Free Curtis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Free him.
Yeah, man. This is Freak Show TV, man. I told y'all, man, we go live, man. It's real live and in depth, man. It's real life situations. Everything is real life, man. It's the spot where it's hot at, man. We got to see it to believe it over here, man. These real life situations. Every time we come, we gonna come with real life things. We gonna bring you pressure, man. Tonight was Miss Charlene time. Miss Charlene told her story. Miss Charlene, say any last words you want for the crowd, the family.
Well, I just want to say, I had a long journey, but I thank God it's over with. I thank God He took me through it, and I've been through a lot, but I'm still here, and I thank God that I'm still here.
So for a juvenile that might look at this, a young lady, that might look at this, might not even know you, never knew you, but just might come across this video. What you would say to a young lady out there that's maybe going in the direction maybe that you was going or you ain't at a young age? What would you tell her right now?
Well, the only thing I would tell her, if you would ever get into that situation and stuff, sit down and talk to somebody. Let them know how you're feeling or what you're going through because that's what I should have done. I went through a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I wish what I knew now, what I would have known back then, I wouldn't have went through the situation that I went through.
So when you say for them to talk about it, like in what format, what stance, like
Like,
in
if they go through a domestic violence
oh,
a
okay.
situation and stuff, talk to somebody, go get help. Or if you're doing drugs or whatever, still go to some kind of counseling, you know, and pray, pray about it.
This is a lady that been through it all, right? Been through things that you couldn't even imagine, right? So some of the things that you got to listen, you got to pay attention and take heed to the things she's saying to all the young women out there, young
And
ladies out there, right?
I want to add, something else too. About 2 years, well, it's gonna be 3, 4 years. My twin sister, my brother, and my dad is gone. Well, back in 2020, I lost three people that I cared and loved. My dad, we buried my dad that day. My brother got killed the same day in the car crash. My twin sister happened to be in the car at the same time. She died 3 months afterwards because she didn't survive from her injuries. And as a result to that, I took sick back in December, caught a mini stroke in my spine. That's why I'm in the wheelchair. I guess because after everything that went on, with my family and stuff, it took a toll on me. So that's why I'm in the wheelchair. I'm partially, paralyzed from the waist down. But I thank God I've been going to therapy and stuff so I could finally move my legs and my body. On first, I couldn't, sit up by myself. I couldn't eat. I couldn't use the, bathroom. Now I came a long way. And I thank God I'm still here because God is not done with me yet. He's still working with me. I just wanted to add that because I done been through a lot, but I'm still here.
Yeah. And that's so real, man. And it's so much of a blessing that this lady could sit here and tell her story and try to get something positive out of negative, right? It's all about turning a negative into a positive. And if you're looking for mentors, you're looking for somebody you can talk to. Miss Charlene is here. She
Yes.
can she can mentor you. She can help out. She can do what
Oh,
she can for the
yes.
ones that want to help, that need help, right? Another thing I would like to get touch bases on before we get out of here, do you feel like you can go out and talk to the youth and maybe build some type of foundation for ladies and young girls that maybe
Yes, because as a matter of fact, I was when I was incarcerated and stuff, I was in this program and stuff, and I forgot the name of the program, but I used to deal with those young, females that was incarcerated and stuff, and I kind of like took them up under my wings,
uh,
and I talked to them about situations like that. I let them know, what I've been through and stuff like that. Because it was a 15-year-old girl. She was convicted of, I think, killing her baby, which she says she didn't kill her baby. At the time they had a mop bucket in the kitchen and stuff, and her baby chilled over and drowned and stuff. But they still charged her, with, and she used to cry all the time and stuff. But I kind of like took her under my wings. But I was something like a mentor
so
while I was incarcerated too.
that,
Yeah.
a lot of young ladies need that these
Yeah.
days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like you spoke about, domestic violence,
Yeah. Yeah.
sexual assaults and stuff
Yes.
like that. That's
Yes.
the numbers are
Yes.
going up these
Going up.
days. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The numbers going
Yes.
up with these days. So I would say to all the young ladies out there, from my point of view, man, you know, respect yourselves, move appropriately. You know what I'm saying? And just move appropriately, man. But take care of yourself. Watch your surroundings, man. Take
Yes.
notes from Miss Charlene, man.
Yes.
She been
I
through it
done
all.
been there and
Yeah,
did that.
she
I done been through it
did
all.
it all, man.
Did it all.
So how real is that? I done bought the realest to you, man. New Iberia's on Miss Charlene Davis, 20 years flat, been home 11. Here tonight to tell her story, man. It's a blessing, man. Shout out to Miss Charlene, man. All love, baby. Freak Show TV. Good job, baby.